Howdy y'all. So today I thought I would make the long-awaited video that I don't know why I have not made yet, or made as a first video about music. My favorite bands and what kind of music I like. I could talk about music all day, every day. So that's just one of my things that I am extremely knowledgeable in, and I know all about our genres that I like and everything. Came prepared this time. Once again, sorry about the lighting. Probably not going to be fixed anytime soon. So, anyways, music. You know, we go out to a bar. I meet people or see people. I usually talk about music or, you know, the way I dress or whatever, like the 50s and mixed with everything. So, yeah. So we're going to probably talk about some music today. Well, first and foremost, pretty much everyone got lipstick on my teeth, I guess, maybe. First and foremost, what is that? I mean, Lord have mercy. Alright. Without further complications, pretty much everyone, when they first know me, know the first thing about me is, and when I've mentioned in a couple of other videos, is that I really love 80s metal. 80s glam metal is my all-time favorite genre of music ever. Best. I know a lot of people don't, I don't know, so a lot of people my age aren't really into that. Once again, I'm not that old, I'm in my late 20s, but I don't know. It's really weird to me. Yeah, 80s metal is my favorite. I love Rat, Britney Fox, Slaughter, Skid Row, Jackal, even though Jackal is more like 1992 they came out, but I'm thinking about their album. Whatever. But yeah, so I really like them. Firehouse, not a lot of people know who Firehouse is, but they're still like, they're really early 90s, like 91 type of, I mean, I still put them in that category because they sound like 80s metal. They still have that the same sound as, you know, like a Queensryche and stuff like that. So, Queensrÿche, however you want to pronounce it, I'm pretty sure it's Queensrÿche though. I love all that. Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses. Pretty much anything 80s, honestly, I like. I don't really like I grew up with that, but I don't really like rap. I'm not really into stuff like that. Like, I like 80s and 90s, like hip hop and stuff like that, but not really, like, you know, it's not what I listen to all the time. Mainly, I just pretty much always listen to 80s metal or the Eagles, or, which I know they're not 80s, I'm just saying, or Demented Are Go is one of my favorite bands. They're psychobilly, but we're not talking about psychobilly right now. Excuse me. I don't know what's in my teeth, but every video, we just gotta have a whole complication now, don't we? Knock knock, anyone there? Anyways, Lord have mercy, this is gonna be another 20-minute video if I don't get on the ball. Anyways, disclaimer, I've already been talking, but if you don't like people talking, then you might as well click off this video because I like to talk. Anyways, so, yeah. I was born in the 90s. I do like some 90s pop. I don't like grunge at all. I'm sorry, I don't. I can appreciate the genre, kind of like other genres that I don't really like or care for, but it's just not my thing. It's really not. I just do not like grunge. I do like Alice in Chains though. I do like them. Definitely like Alice in Chains, but like, I don't know. Or it's kind of like I like the knockoff bands. Like, I hate Nirvana, but I like Bush. Well, they're okay. I like a couple of their songs, but I like them better than Nirvana. I don't know. I just can't stand I don't know. I don't know what it is. That's not my forte. What's another one? Like Pearl Jam. I hate Pearl Jam, but I like Stone Temple Pilots. Not Stone Temple Pilots, Jesus Christ. Seven Mary 3. That's what they're called. I don't even... What do they even sing? Stone Temple Pilots. What do they sing? Hold on. Alright, sorry, I actually had to look that up because I was like, wait, why did I say that? It sounds like that. I don't know, but yeah, I don't really like them either. But you get the idea. I'm not into that. But when I was younger, I did think I was Britney Spears, and I still love Britney Spears. I don't care what I look like. I don't care how old I get. I love Britney Spears, so I don't really like her new stuff though, and I never really liked Baby One More Time, but yeah, and that ain't a guilty pleasure because I don't. I used to really, really care about what people like knew that I listened to because I used to be like, which I've said in one of my videos. I don't remember which one, but I did mention that I've been through like every style of goth that there is, until I found Gothabilly, which, you know, but I used to wear trip pants all the time. Like, honestly, if they still, like, I know they still make them, but if they made them for big booty girls, then I would still wear them. Because nobody wears them anymore. Like, is that not a thing? There's like, I don't know, like, I guess alternative people are just totally different now. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even see like emo kids out anymore, and I'm like, really? Like, what happened to that? Like, I haven't seen nobody like that in a long time. Also, another disclaimer, I'm probably gonna smoke in this because everything's red, guys. Look, red. My life is red again. Anyway, if you don't like it, then like, go watch that video on healthy lungs and click away because it's gonna take me a minute now. And since I'm not drinking, I'm drinking water. Then I gotta do something. Because when it comes to music is a big deal to me. So, that being said, continuing. But yeah, I used to really care what people, you know, thought or knew what I listened to. Like, I like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Which one do you think is better? Comment below. Lord help, my channel ain't even big enough for that. But anyways, yeah. So I mean, let's just go back a little. Well, you know, we're going forward because, like I said, I grew up with like 80s metal, you know, predominantly, and 90s country as well. So, a lot of Guns N' Roses and Alan Jackson over here. That's what we got, and this is what you get. But when I was, 12 years old, I got my first pair of trip pants. And I grew up with Ozzy and stuff too. Like, when I say like 80s metal, I mean other stuff besides glam metal, even though it was mainly glam metal that I got. Motley Crue, I already said that. Great White. Anyways, stuff like that. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, let's play a new game. If you drink every time I say anyways, then why don't you just take a shot, because you'll be drunk as a hoot owl by the time you get done with this video. Okay? Anyways, go ahead. I'll wait. Alright. Oh, Lord. once again, moving forward. God, 10 minutes and I've already been talking about like nothing. But yeah, so I've always like been into metal, that like Ozzy and stuff like that. My mom's really into Ozzy and AC/DC. Besides like Michael Jackson, but that's like now. But I mean, this video's not about her. I'm gonna try and stop getting off on other subjects, even though they have to do with what I'm saying. But still, I'm gonna try not to do that. Okay, so yeah, and then I discovered Slipknot, and I discovered stuff like that, Pantera, Slayer, all that happy stuff. Killswitch Engage. I never really got into like screamo stuff because like I was, thankfully when I got to be 14, one of my mom's old friends from high school was like a legit goth, like legit. And she actually introduced me to actual like post-punk and goth music, like Bauhaus, Sisters of Mercy, Susie and the Banshees, Alien Sex Fiend, even though they're more death rock, but I still put them in the goth category because they are to me. Specimen, stuff like that, Joy Division, all that happy stuff. So I also put Depeche Mode in that category, which I think they're more like, I like to call stuff like Depeche Mode and The Cure like pop goth, goth pop. I don't know. I mean, it's because it just sounds more poppy instead of like, like Christian Death if Ross Williams. Anyways, probably not that many people into that are gonna watch this. I don't know, they might, but if you know who they are, then you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so she actually introduced me to all that. So then when I went to school, because I was a freshman. I went to school and I saw all these other people, like, to me they were posers, even though I was still I don't want to say like a poser. I was a baby bat. I was a poser at one point though. Who wasn't? If you're just getting started in something, then that's the whole learning process. I don't really like to use the word poser, but I don't know. We used it when I was a teenager, so whatever. But I would go to school, I would get so mad, and I'd be like, do you even listen to Bauhaus and la la la? Which honestly, Bauhaus was never my favorite. I always liked Sisters of Mercy and Christian Death the best out of that little genre there. There was a Japanese band that I found too that was like 80s goth, like trad goth, traditional goth or whatever. I don't remember what they're called though. Yeah, I don't know. If I figure it out, then whatever. But I like them too. I like the sound of it. But then I went through my Victorian goth phase, which I have mentioned in that one video I was talking about. It's the book versus movie review. I talk about the whole thing, like my style on how it's progressed. And it did make a point. Yes, it did. To a book, yes, it did make a point. But yeah, I went through the Victorian goth thing, which once again is very hard to do when you are 14, 15 years old and literally just going through every single goth style that there is, like subgenre. Yeah, that's really hard. Ain't no 14-year-old can afford no $300-400 Victorian dress or handmade one or whatever, so I'm sorry. If you're really rich and you can, then good for you, but I sure was not, and sure still ain't. So, and that went out because I talked too much. Whatever. So, I got into Emily Autumn. I got into, which I still listen to all this stuff, just not as much as I used to. So I got into them. I went through probably my longest style besides the one that I'm in now, that I've been in for like 12 years now, is cybergoth. So I was really into Combi Christ. I saw them live in Rasputina. Rasputina goes with more of like the Victorian hippie-ish kind of goth thing. I've seen them twice in concert. But we'll just go through concerts I've been to too. Let's just do that. But yeah, I saw Combi Christ for my 18th birthday. And my mom got me the VIP thing, which it wasn't called VIP. I still have the pass, but it's not here. No telling where it is. But anyway, so yeah, I got into a lot of industrial stuff, which I still really like industrial. I can actually industrial dance, but I'm not gonna do it. I wish I still have these boots because I've always wanted to mix like gothabilly with cyber goth, or just like rockabilly with like cyber goth. Like that'd be so cool. I would love to do that. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that, honestly. Unless somebody steals my idea, but whatever, you're welcome. But because those are like my two favorite styles. Like I really love like rockabilly, 1950s, 40s, you know, stuff like that. And I also like black, and I like monsters, but I've actually incorporated a ton of color into my wardrobe over the past couple of years. So not everything's like all black. Like this is red. It's a sourpuss dress, if you're wondering, the bat one that they don't make anymore. Yeah. I think they made this in like a bunch of different colors. Anyway, so yeah, I just think that would be really cool. But I mean, I like, you know, stuff like that, but I also like, you know, Dreadfalls, and even though like I kind of wish I was still into the like aesthetic of cybergoth, because now like wearing a face mask is a thing, like the big gas mask that you wear. Not everybody into cybergoth wears those, but most of them do. I never got one, but man, I would fit right in, I tell you. It'd be great. I'd be having a field day. But yeah, so I would love to do that. But I had these huge cyber boots that I actually wore to Combi Christ concert too. I had them for so long. They're by Demonia, and they're called the Boxers or something. You can't even find them anymore. And they were like 4-inch chunky cyber boots, and they Velcro buckled all the way up. I'd still wear them today. I'd be looking like this and wearing those boots. Which I did before I lost them. That's a story for another time. But anyway, so yeah, I went through all that kind of music, which I said I still like. Let's see. And then really, you know, I actually grew up with Stray Cats and KMFDM, so those are two totally different genres. But I'm just, like, I grew up with that kind of stuff too because my dad liked it. And before I even knew like what a subgenre was, or like what rockabilly or industrial or anything was. And so when I got older, I was like, oh my god, I've been listening to these people for years and I had no idea. So of course I was like, oh, look at me. But yeah, so then like, and this was all in like a couple years that I went through like all these musical styles. So when I turned 15, I started dabbling in, you know, because I've always watched old movies. I've always watched black and whites. I've always loved that era and the style and everything about that. Well, not everything. Don't get it twisted. But like the style and music and the poise and the, you know, leather jackets and stuff like that. I always loved that. So then I found gothabilly, which is a term, and it is, you know, that actually used to be my model name, was Gothabilly Queen. That's what people in Asheville probably still know me as, which I don't have Facebook, so, but that's what everybody knew me as when, you know, I was like 21, 22, 23, I was a Gothabilly Queen. I'd walk up into the auditorium and be like, oh, it's the Gothabilly Queen. Yeah, I don't go by that anymore, but I mean, I guess I do if I was to meet someone that knew me by that, but I don't know, just depends. Like I said, I don't get out much and I don't trust anyone, so especially now. Hello there. Hey. But yeah, I found out that was an actual style because I knew that, you know, there was rockabilly, which some people do put that as like a style as well besides the type of music. I do because like goth is not just a type of music, like it's also a style. So it's also a lot of things like architecture and literature and but I mean I put it in the same category, but usually, like, when I make videos like this, I don't, or, like, I'm doing hair videos, which I don't know, or whatever kind of video, I try to just put, like, vintage chick or something, because there's people out there that, I don't know, I don't want to really piss people off, even though I refer to rockabilly as a style as well as a type of music, kind of like psychobilly, but, I don't know, but yeah, I found gothbilly, so I found, this is getting way, I promise this all goes together. Style and music goes together, so, well, for me at least it does. I think it does for a lot of people, or else you wouldn't have such subgenres and alternative subcultures and stuff like that, so, even normal people. I say normal loosely, but, yeah, so I found, you know, Cult of the Psychic Fetus, I found Demented Argo, which they're actually psychobilly, but they're one of my all-time favorite bands. They're definitely in my top fives that I listen to quite a lot. So, let's see, a whole bunch. God, if I sat here and Sir Psycho and His Monsters, and horror pops, I love horror pops. Too many on the spot right now, honestly. Let's just go through my playlist. Hold on, guys. Lord, I don't know about that. But yeah, so then I started finding out more stuff like that, and, you know, like Reverend Horton Heat, and, excuse me. But, you know, like, a good mixture. Oh, and Cherry Poppin' Daddies. I actually found a Cherry Poppin' Daddies CD at a church yard sale. And I'm like, who's listening to this? Because if you ever listen to them, like, they're like 90s, does like 40s jazz swing type stuff. Kind of like, well, like Zoot Suit Riot, but yeah, they do stuff like that, and their lyrics to some of their stuff, I'm just like, who is going to this church, like, listening to this? And it was only like 25 cents or something like that. I was like, oh god, yeah. Keep in mind, I was also like 17 at the time when I found it, because I still listen to CDs. I got a whole busload of CDs in there, and cassette tapes too, but I don't have a cassette tape player anymore. I gotta get a new one. But, yeah. So, and then pretty much from there, I haven't really evolved that much with music, besides, like, listening to Motionless in White, even though I know that they're not that new, but so because I've been into them for about 5 years now. I saw them in concert too with Twisted. Here we go. Let's go into that musical genre. This is going to be a long ass video, and I'm not making an intro to it because it's probably going to be like 40 minutes after that. Let's try to wrap this up here. Let's get into that genre real quick though. Talking about rap and stuff, how I said that I don't really care for that, especially like newer rap. I cannot stand it. It's like taking knives and sticking them in my ears and just, I can't stand it. Like I said, I do like 80s and 90s rap though. I like me some 50 Cent now. Like early 2000s is more like what I actually grew up with, but like I said, my parents were pretty young when they had me. At least my mom was very young when she had me, so besides the abundance of Def Leppard and all that, I also, you know, she liked Bobby Brown and stuff like that too, because she was a girl and a teenager in the 80s, so, but, so, I mean, yeah, but other than that, I cannot stand new rap. I hate it. Now, rap metal surpasses my love of 80s metal. Cause I don't know, there's something about like Limp Bizkit. I love Limp Bizkit, which I know that's more new metal. I know Slipknot is too. But like Kid Crusher. Look up Kid Crusher if you don't mind very explicit lyrics about murdering and serial killers and whatever. But it's like perfect. It's perfect. It's very perfect. Anyways, but I don't like ICP. I do not like ICP, and I'm not going to go into why I don't like them because it's kind of stupid, but I will say I definitely like what is it, their Halloween music that they have, because every day's Halloween. I love songs about Halloween. Love it. It's perfect. But I actually found their stuff through, because I listened to Twisted before. I love Twisted. And there's a big difference between Twisted and ICP. So there really is. There really is. Yeah. So that being said, I actually went and was looking for, because I saw the Trick or Treat tour last year with them Emotionless in White, like I was talking about. So I actually, yeah, I got a lighter, I got some socks, but anyway, I was looking up, like, if they had an actual Halloween album, and that's when I found ICP had Halloween music, and I was like, that ain't too bad, actually. I kind of like this. I don't like their other stuff, though, but I did Pumpkin Carvers. I listen to that song all the time. That's definitely one of my favorite songs. I also like Tech Nine. Tech Nine is a musical genius, musical rap god. Love him so much. Used to like Hobson. I still like his old stuff, but... And that's really about it for that whole genre right there. This is just going to have to be like a really long video, and I'm really sorry. But if you make it this far, then that's great. But yeah, probably didn't help that I went off on 9 million subjects. But I really love music. Like I said, I could literally sit here all day and talk about music. I love the Eagles. I love anything. I love Chuck Berry. I love Chuck Berry so much. I was so sad and depressed when he passed away a couple years ago, because I always wanted to see him, but I guess I'll see him with Jesus or something, because he ain't here. And Tom Petty is a big deal for me and my dad, mostly my dad, but I've always loved Tom Petty. I grew up with him too. If you want to hear more about Tom Petty, then just keep watching my channel, and I'm sure that me and my dad will make a whole video one day. Probably next time he comes over, because this was kind of on a whim. Oh God, it really is being this long. Okay, I'm going to try and wrap this up as quickly as possible, because we're at 28 minutes now. I can't imagine anyone would listen to someone talking about styles and music for that long. Except for me, I would. I have before, but not everybody likes somebody talking, so... Anyways, but yeah, I love stuff like that. Johnny Cash, I do like better than Elvis. Just saying. I do. I really do. Fats Domino, all that. If you pretty much anything, I do like some 60s too. I like 60s music. I just don't really like this late 60s style that much. I don't know, it just depends. I love 70s rock, Leonard Skinner. Obviously, I'm from the South. I gotta love Leonard Skinner and Molly Hatchet now. But, yeah. You get the point. If you want to know anything else, any other kind of bands that I like or don't like, then please comment below, because I actually am interested in talking more about music. And I could literally go on forever. So we're almost at 30 minutes. So I'm just going to call that a wrap. And if y'all made it this far, then awesome. Welcome, music lover. But anyways, I better go. Y'all have a good one, and stay rocking.